Okay, we're live. Hello. Let us begin. I'm playing Bretonnia again. I need to redeem myself after yesterday. After a very rough performance with the Grail Guardians. I still want to experiment with Bretonnia. I feel like they have some oomph to them. I just need to channel it properly. That's the goal today. Let's see here. Fan Altar. We're up against Adler to begin. How very nice. And we'll see what I can get cooked up. I do think trebuchets are hype. I think mounted yeomen are pretty hype. I would love to try like Hippogriff Knights and the like. Maybe just Mega Bretonian Air Force or something. We'll see. But other than that, we're mostly here just to have some fun and hopefully play them properly this time. That is the goal. He wants to play Jade Tomb. All right, let's do it. Let's do. This is going to be a wild build. So it's greenskins. Greenskins to start. Pretty chill. Last time we just faced a double Rogue Idol, which was not very effective, unfortunately. Let's see. Ooh, wait, yo, I have some crazy stuff. No, let's not try that tech just yet. We'll do it a little later. So on Jade Tomb, pretty massive map. Let's see here. What can I squeeze in? I have just enough monies for this. Pretty nice. Oh man, the money barely doesn't line up though. What if I do something crazy like this? Oh, that's pretty cool, sure. And yeah, the goal is just get like a good feel for Bretonnia. This should actually be a pretty menacing build, at least in my head. This is gonna be a no infantry day. Maybe. Alright. We got a fun one to kick it off. Thumbnail may or may not be representing some shenanigans that we're about to bring in. Hope you guys are doing well. Oh, I'm kind of expecting a slower day today. I've been trying to fix my sleep again. It is bad, but we'll get there soon enough. I wonder if Pope Patty's playing Slanesh today. Let me check. They haven't signed up yet, but they might later. And if we do get some 6 Slanesh action, that'd be amazing. Also, by the way, no stream tomorrow. I'm going to be busy. But there will be a tournament. Storm will be managing it. Should be pretty good. Adler's ready. Alright, let's do this. Let's do this. Should be interesting. I'm going for an air build. Who would have guessed? The goal is to just pick them apart. Make use of the big map and be super cautious on the engagements I take. If I do that, I should be okay. Greenskins have pretty bad anti-air. He could rampage me, but I have so much fighting power that if he does force a fight, I might still be able to win it. Just look at this. This is a crazy build. So we have the Air Force, we have some Grail Knights, I got Alberic. What's not to love? Ready to look, have fun. I got some yeomen for capture weight, the trebuchets, the damsels for the healing. It's all great. The goal is simple. Very simple. Just play for value, essentially. Do that, and I think we'll be okay. If there's skirmishers, I think Alberic's able to speed boost these guys to actually catch them. Yeah, it is Horse Barrack. Ready, good luck, have fun. And what do we got here? A Grom, we got an Orc Shaman, some Swamp Things, some Archers, and Black Orcs. Alright, so it's just an infantry build. So as Bretonnia, if you see an infantry build, the first thing you should summon is the Trebuchet. After that, you kind of just sit back and relax. Grom the Paunch, gonna get charged. I don't want to waste vigor though if he's retreating. But I will be able to stall this point a little bit. We're gonna have some archers firing away. Whoop. Thankfully, flying units are very good at dodging. And now the real fight begins. So he doesn't have a Bunacaster, thankfully. But he has a bunch of Black Orcs here ready to beat me up. To take a fight against the Black Orcs would be near disastrous. So I must be exceptionally careful. But one thing we can do is look for potential gaps in this formation. So you see these Orc boys over here? Quite possibly they die. I did not get the Trebuchet hit on this, but honestly, that's just a lot of damage on those Orc boys. I think it's time we get our healer in. And a pretty good initial charge on these guys. You're kind of just playing the dance. He used a spell there, Fists of Gork, a little too early. I'd simply disengaged. Okay, now we're going to see some cavalry. That's good. Now all I essentially want to do is just play for picks. Forever. That's just the whole build. Just get picks for days. Thankfully, there's not too many archers here to punish me. This cav unit might not make it to the boys in time. We'll see. I'm going to do a full collapse on them. Oof. Oof. Alright, so they're just dead. They're just goners. Wow, okay. And if he doesn't have AoE magic to punish me, yeah, they're just dead. This is a very annoying build to face if you are playing the Greenskins, by the way. Or any faction that doesn't have a lot of mobility. You're basically in a state of constantly getting your units picked off. It's pretty rough. There goes another one. Trebuchet is doing pretty well for itself. And then we'll just disengage again so that he can't make use of that big old combat buff he has going. Though the boys did actually hold for a little longer than I would hope for. He's gonna summon some Orc Boy Spears. Fine by me. We'll just keep going down the pipe, I guess. Why not? I know Ground Punch has an ITP aura, which is gonna help, but that's just another dead unit. Pretty hype. It's pretty cool. This is kind of the Pope Patty style. So rinse and repeat. Oh, these guys almost routed right off the bat. When units get summoned in, they don't get all of the leadership buffs right away, and it can get them to just rout. This will be a good little AoE cast from Alberic to rout off and damage all these fools. And now he's going to try and secure some points, but if I contest them, it shouldn't be a problem. In fact, they are quite out of position right now, which should be good for me. I have to be careful though, we're kind of crammed in the corner here. Alberic's still doing fine though. Let's get in the murder squad. I gotta play careful. Gotta make sure I don't accidentally overextend. I see some archers that are exposed though. And I guess we'll just kill them. Not too bad. Very nice. Archers are getting obliterated. Alberic's got to make his grand retreat though. Thankfully he's lightning fast. There we go. Archers are beat up. And then I should be able to secure this point. Oh, we lost one cav unit. This is still pretty good for me, though, just because I have the points. If I didn't have the points and I was pressured on time, this would be a much more different situation. But we do survive with 30 of our grails. It's gonna summon more orc boys, but they're a little too slow to catch these guys, I think. Even caught myself some skirmishers. Very nice. It's a very weird style. It's almost Slaneshi, though. It's like very nearly a clutch little hidden run strat. Oh, I think I can just hit this with the Royal Hippos. He doesn't have the Ponchinator here, so I should just be able to rout him off. He gets the buff, and then we disengage. As long as I don't stick around whenever he buffs, I'm pretty well set. There you go. The capture point is mine once again, and the Black Orcs are seriously feeling the effects of being so slow. Trebuchet hit incoming. That's a mega leadership debuff. Nice, there's the capture points. And then I think I'll just kill this and then retreat. There we go. We got the route. He's going to chuck another buff out, but we're already on the run. Honestly, these buffs have been very unfortunately timed. Whoop. Still a little sketchy, though. Like, value-wise, he actually has a value lead. I don't know how much that accounts for routing units, though. And has learned. It's not too bad. It's still not perfect, though. Like, this is still not a decisive win just yet. But probably with the heals and the like, we're good. The fact that we've disrupted the formation so much is really nice. I just gotta do cleanup duty now, which is pretty straightforward. We just look at the scraps, and his army's too slow to secure these points back, yeah. Look at that, got another flyer in. Very nice. So this should be pretty good. Charging in on those orc boys with the hippogriffs. Body blocking for the rest of my cav. Amazing. Plus they have anti-large. Jeez. I will say it's also just greenskin cavalry things. The cavalry is not known for being too exceptional. Man, they're really losing a lot, though, from that. That is nasty, man. It's just picks for days. Hey, how do you get the D-summon on this guy? That's crazy. There's a strat people go for where, like, if the unit's routing, you can barely squeeze in the D-summon. It helps get the unit back faster. And because it doesn't really get you a lot of cash money, unfortunately. Microing across the entire battlefield here. We're just gonna avoid this little archer squad. He summoned in archers and some spear boys. That's fine. The crazy thing is I still have the capture weight. I think I can just kill these orc boys. They didn't disengage properly. They will be charged. And now the swamp things. Kind of the centerpiece of his entire army. Never mind, Wog just got triggered. That's a 15-second duration ability. I might still be able to kill these guys, though. We'll see. If I need to, I'll use Alberic's leadership debuff. But it might actually not be needed. Look at the damage. Oh my goodness. And they summon some orc boys. Who we immediately charge. And then we're going to use our debuff on them because I want them off the field as fast as possible. You only get so many debuffs as Alberic. You only get so many leadership bombs. So you have to be very careful about it. There we go. Big route though. My little hit squad is doing great. Over in the distance, these black orcs are getting hammered by my artillery piece. Life is good. We got rid of those swamp things. Amazing. I will say though, if he didn't let me get those initial picks though, right? And we didn't go into this kind of cascade of death. I wonder how it would have played out. I do wonder, because this was definitely a rather big cascade that went down here. Bretonnia is weird. So once they break the formation, things just start falling apart like crazy. See if I can kill off these black orcs here. I'll body block Grom so that he can't give his buffs. Didn't get the dodge of the overcast damage. Oh, very fighty spells. Okay, I think that was a bad engagement. Even though I killed the archers, those black orcs are gonna hold a little too long, and that might end me. Still, though, Bretonnia is very good at disengaging with Alberic. I might even be able to re-engage if those big guns stick on to me. Let's just focus on the disengage. You gotta be a little careful. This build's cool and all, but it doesn't have, it doesn't allow for many misplays. There we go. There's another massive heal. I'll just be hyper aggressive with the Pegasus charges. Honestly, I feel like I could have gone the bowman way earlier too, because there wasn't much for the greenskins to actually stop them. This should be a pretty nice charge. And by the time they finally are able to even contest the points, the game will already be over. He hit the button as the leadership goes into the negative. So the button like opens up when leadership dips into negative. It's kind of crazy. Gotta group these guys up for a better heal. Optimal heals are important. That's where my value comes from. There we go. And then I'm just not going to take a dumb fight. I just have to head on over here and I'll be okay. Just relocate. Thank goodness this is a fairly big map. And my whole army's kind of tired though. Trebuchet's crushing it, however. I'll save some cavalry here to deal with these boar boys. Pegasus Knights at the ready. Can we rout off those black orcs? Seems like I probably will, but they'll be fighting for a little bit. I should have targeted the trebuchet on them, actually. That would have been sick. Whoop! Accidentally got my cav charge too. But at this point, we win on a 1 cap. Even though I did misplay these guys slightly, the Hippogriff Knights. I think we'll still be okay. And routing off those black orcs, though, is very difficult. You can see why this build is kind of scary for the greenskins. It's just there were a few too many cav picks early on. Okay, I'll just countercharge there. Alberic still has the anti-large, and I have the trebuchet to break that leadership. I have a whole Grail Knight about to come in, which is just like the ultimate hammer against the greenskins. This is just mega cleanup duty, just an excessive amount of killing power. And once again, we disengage. Alberic at full HP too. Kind of crazy. Let's get that lance formation charge going. Should be nice. Brutal. Big hit on those orc boys. Then on the big guns. Gonna turn this ability off now that the charge is completed. And with the archer support, everything should die. Very nice. Ugh. Still terrifying though. You know, I almost tried to snipe Grom there, but I think that would have lost me the game. Yeah, the archers are hyped though. They're really good at just holding the points while your cavalry do their dance. It's probably very frustrating to play. Yeah, nah, he just was never able to fight for the whole game. Oh, dang, even Grom's about to rout. Dang, alright. GG. Very nice. A good start. Adler is no slouch. Whoops. My cavalry did amazing. They all lived an extraordinary amount of time. I like the Pegasus Knights. They're very fast. It almost feels Slaneshi. Almost. Let's see here. Hippogriff Knights are cool because they have terror. See the big guns summoned multiple times. His cavalry actually got some value towards the end of it. Ooh. Oh, it's Pope Patty. It's Pope Patty on Slanesh. Alright. Okay, alright. I should not have suggested that he plays Slanesh. What have I done? Let's see here. Ban Carcass. No, I'll ban Lair. Oh, it's all bad maps, man. Ban Bleak Spire. It's all bad maps. The mask isn't even banned. Yo, I'm so dead. Wait, yo, that's crazy. Wait, Drama Banana, thank you so much for the 5 subs. Jeez, thank you. Sorry, I didn't catch that. I was still recovering from that crazy game. He wants to play on a Ragnarok Lair. Okay. Okay, so this is a sketchy business. Slanesh is super annoying. But they do bleed. As long as you can get a good counter charge on them, they ain't too bad. There are some pretty nasty, like, mask single entity blob builds that are nearly impossible to kill for Bretonnia. You just have, like, a mega death core with Pavane to draw units in. And then it's over. And then the Bretonnians are dead. So, gotta be a little careful about that. Other than that, though, I think I'm in a relatively okay situation of sorts. Should actually run this if we're playing versus Slanesh. I will say my cavalry is exceptional here. So, like, Slanesh can't win the mobility game. And if there's one out to play for, it is that. You have to be careful about taking peasant mobs. Because if you do, they can just get murdered. And farm up Slanesh's passive. That's very bad. But yeah, as long as the cavalry wins it, Knights Errant basically uptrade everything on the Slanesh roster. Yeah, okay, let's see how this goes. I'm expecting a mask steer car death blob though. Also, by the way, Drama Banana is an amazing name. Very generous gifties. Odysseia, you like the hippos? That game felt vile. Yeah, that was about as bad as possible. That was about as bad a situation as you can get. If you're going for the slow melee build, it doesn't feel good even if you're winning, because you're just slowly getting ground down. It's only like if your build feels super strong, maybe you get a feeling of being indestructible or something. That's about it. Love your vids. Awesome. Yo, I'm slowly getting the next one up. Second channel is still posting fairly regularly, but yeah, I really want to get the other best of threes from my finals cast. And then we also have the main channel video. I'm editing the Slanesh is the slowest faction campaign. Taking some time though, but I'm sure after a while I'll be able to speed it up. So the great thing here is Pope Patty is not a Slaanesh main. Did they win their first match regardless though? They did. So they got some spice. Let's see what he's cooked. So yeah, it's like the mask, steer car, and like one of the exalteds to give that speed debuff. Triple Hippogriff nighttime. Not versus Slaanesh. Pavane will end ya. Alright, let's see. Usually this matchup is very good for Bretonnia. Except for that one build. That one single entity death blob build. As long as Pope doesn't do that, I'm actually at an advantage. Patty's got this. You two figured out the Slaanesh counter together, didn't ya? Oh, that's true. Yeah, Patty was there for that. I'm sure it's fine. Surely they forgot. Look at this. I got a Damsel. We got Wind Blast. I got Alberic. Got some spears to buffer for these guys so they don't die. Double Archer to get some work in. And the idea is simple. You just have a little death core dudes. Gonna play defensively because Slaanesh is scary. Ready, good luck, have fun. Alright. Chosen of Slaanesh. Alright, I told him not to do that. But it is Bretonnia. This is the one matchup where it is not bad. He has the mask. Alright. This makes me really want to just get a Trebuchet out. I told him. I warned him. Let's see how this goes. I have a bunch of Foot Squires. They were meant for Forsaken, but this will do. The guy doesn't have magic. Okay. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention the magic part. Interesting. Slaanesh with no magic. Well, the human are gonna have fun shooting these guys. They can just shoot the mask at point blank. There's the magic. It's a shadow caster. Mask gonna take a little bit of damage. It's nothing too crazy, but every little bit should help. And the question is, how does the Alberic do? He's gonna dodge. He can dodge. So those are Chaos Warriors we got. Just turn off fire at will. Okay, I got my point. So Alberic does beat Steer Car in a vacuum. It's debuffed by one of Steer Car's abilities or something. But yeah, this shouldn't be too bad if I just post up my forces here. Whoa there, buddy! That's a bit of shades. You thought I wasn't looking? I'm not even microing anything. Oh crap, they walked into it. A little sketchy. They're doing great though. The unit walked into it. Those are the ones that took the damage. Bit of Shades does draw units in. It's pretty nasty. But yeah, as long as the Trebuchet does well, I'm happy. The Furies too are not really an issue. Okay, let's just park very defensively real quick. He's actually taking a lot of damage from the skirmishers. Slaanesh is, or Bretonnia is annoying like that. Does he know that I have Pegasus Knights? Does he know? Is he even gonna go for it? Summon the Royals. And that should be able to bully the Furies away. This isn't the worst of positions. I got my relics over here. We'll be doing great. And his Furies should, in theory, just die to these guys. Even if I do leave him in combat, it should just be absolutely devastating. Seems like so far we're doing not bad. These are Royals though. So I don't really want them dying so easily for nothing. Let's swap out some of the boys. Just force pathing through me. It's kind of crazy. Okay, and then I gotta win this Fury fight, and I gotta charge these Hellstriders. We do that, we'll be golden. I don't even know if this infantry is gonna hold very well. And this charge should be amazing, especially with Alberic's support. This is a super annoying thing. These Pegasus Knights are just unholy against these Furies. Yeah, instant deletion over there. Then we go for the Seer car. And then I think we'll be okay. Very, very sus though. Very sus. I kind of had everything I needed though. I think the Furies were the misplay. The infantry here, by the way, this is why I say don't take Chosen and Warriors. Because they're so slow, right? They did not disrupt me in the slightest. I don't even know if I've used my magic yet. But yeah, they just kind of get beat up. Forsaken are way better because they're maneuverable. Fun match though. Steer car is down for the count, however. Very nice. We'll get that job finished. I'll just check out a Wind Blast, why not? That's a Fit of Shades. Gonna get some pretty nasty damage over there. But we will live. I don't think Steer car is coming back. Minus 18 leadership, pretty nasty. But yeah, I think if you had a stronger... Well, actually, no, this is the Death Blob, right? Mask and Steer car. Let's see here. Yeah, let's get another Pegasus. They beat up the Hellstriders very nicely. Woo. He also took the fight too early. He could have just secured this point. Because my army was rather slow. And just like build up Forsaken and the like. Let's just knock these guys down again. Oh yeah, look at those Pegasus Knights. Cooking. Okay, not too bad. Too well played. Yeah, if you look at the value of these Warriors and Chosen, they really didn't do much. They just kind of fed my Foot Squires. Although my Foot Squires didn't get that much value either. But they kind of just trade into each other. If he had Forsaken, he could have maneuvered around and maybe pushed my cavalry a bit harder or jumped the archers. I will say that Trebuchet was amazing, hammering the leadership, but the Pegasus Knights, yeah, they're good. Very nice. Now, this was not a wild build, though. I didn't cook up anything crazy, but against Slaanesh, you gotta be a little bit more careful. Buff Slaanesh. Well. Very good. Very, very good. I swear, when I turn on this light, I get darker. Camera adjusting is making it look so bleak over here. Well, alright, not bad. I honestly think these Pegasus Knights they're kind of like Seekers. Crazy damage. Up against Ponty. Crazy damage, crazy mobility. Only 1,000 gold. Should just Pegasus Knight Ponty's Dark Elves. Ban Altar. Is he gonna want Dust Bowl? Maybe. Okay, what other crazy shenanigans can I do? Honestly, Alberic is hype. Alberic is just fun. I can't believe I ever wrote him off in the past. He wants to play on Dust Bowl. Makes a lot of sense. Never leave home without a Trebuchet. But how does one deal with the Dark Elves? Scourge Runners are gonna be the most annoying. Other than that, though, it's not too bad. Yo, what if I just play this exactly like Slaanesh? What if, man? What if? could be amazing. This build, I'm telling you guys right now, it feels very Slaanesh-y. Oh boy, does this feel Slaanesh-y. Okay. I'm ready. Because Dark Elves are really bad into Slaanesh too. You know, what's the most pink banner Bretonnia has? They ain't got any banners that kind of look like Slaanesh. It's fine. Let's see here. What else do I want? This is pretty good. I think I just want a little bit more of this. Okay, let's do it. I wonder if Ponty's got the solution. If they play it. I guess like Bretonnia doesn't have the anti-infantry that Slaanesh has. So like Blackguard might be really annoying, but we'll see. You need to put more work into Slaanesh. Honestly, Slaanesh into Bretonnia is one of the trickiest matchups. It is a little awkward because of how the Pegasus Knights work. You need a lot of finesse. I would say instead of the Shadowcaster there, a rampaging one can get a lot of work done. But alright, we're playing Bretonnia like Slaanesh. So instead of Hellstriders, I have Knights Errant. Instead of Seekers, I have Pegasus Knights. And instead of a Keeper of Secrets, I have Alberic. My magic is damage based. Because we're Slaanesh, we don't need healing. Nice and simple. The idea is they're gonna run some skirmishers, right? Maybe some Scourge Runners, and then I just kill them. Sorry, eyes dry. 10 units. 4, 7, 9. There's a Shade or an Assassin somewhere. He has a Lord with way too many spells. I don't know what that is. What would cause someone to want so many spells? I don't know. But alright, this should be good. So, yeah, I'll just go in there. There's Shades. So it's not an Assassin. That's very good for me. And flying-wise, we win this. Alberic just dumpsters a dragon. He knows it. So he runs. Just gonna bully that Lord over there. Dragon lands. Same with the Lord. Is he gonna brace in time, though? Yo, that lightning bolt did a lot of damage, actually. Ooh, he didn't brace. He didn't brace. Okay, Lord is now pretty well surrounded. We got our Trebuchet hammering the location. Just gotta keep on cycle charging. I gotta punish him for having too many spells, right? That just significantly shrinks his army. And it's gonna make life tough. Jeez. Capture points? Who needs capture points? Lightning. More lightning. Oh boy. Nasty. He gets a breath attack off. Barely does any damage. He was saving for another dragon? Bro. The match already ended. Oh my goodness, what a sweep. So this is exactly how Slaanesh wins this. They yeah, they just roll on in, you know. They just roll on in with a bunch of cavalry and a bunch of deeps. Gonna dodge that breath attack. We're gonna chuck another lightning bolt. More lightning. More lightning. Ooh, brutal. Blackguard did not like that very much. And then I'll just go for the Lord and life will be good. He tabbed out. What happened? A lot happened in the last few minutes. The Dark Elves unfortunately got Slaaneshed. Oh, man. That'll show Ponty for trying to have fun with dragons. There shall be no fun. Just a million knights into the horizon. Even the Blackguard are kind of dying to the mass cycle charging. Passive triggers now? Jeez, that's the latest passive trigger I've ever seen. I don't even know why it showed up so late. There were a lot of deaths. That's a little unfortunate. Yeah, Blackguard are dead. I've like barely lost units too. This is crazy. Does get another nice breath attack though. That one's gonna hurt. Can I get that Lord? We're gonna go all in on her. We want her dead. Kill her! Kill her! We got more Pegasus Knights. The great thing is they reinforce so quickly. Alberic's anti-large, by the way, doing well. Are these Blackguard gonna brace? No brace from the Blackguard. Oof. Yeah, they don't have a lot of mass for some reason. 160. It's decent, but not enough. Alright, there you go. That Lord should be dead now. Gonna get another lightning bolt. Yeah, yet another lightning bolt. It's gonna be dodged. Oh, no dodge. Yo, look at that. Yo, Uranus like launches them into the sky now. Are you guys noticing that? It's pretty crazy. But yeah, Uranus like it just abducts your infantry. It's crazy. That was fun. That was a fun little match. This is Bretonnia. This is proper Bretonnia. Think Pegasus Knights deserve devastating flanker? That'd be hype. Yeah, they're so good already though, man. I'm like really loving Pegasus Knights. I can see why Zarix always ran them before. But yeah, dragons were cool, but they could not really do anything. That one shade just got massacred. Not too many spears either. It was just a rough time. Ah, that's why he summoned the Blackguard. He had literally nothing to summon. That's why he saved up for the dragon at the beginning. The only units that could do anything is this and this. Brutal. Alright. Next up, Turtle's Army. Let's see how they do. Yeah, Pegasus. Alright. Cast time kind of brutal. Yeah, Uranus does take a while. Infantry, if you are a bit slow to the dodge, you can get screwed over. It really depends on how fast of a player you are. Turtle's Army is greenskin player? Yeah. Ban Veil. Big maps are good for us. So we're gonna force the biggest maps. If I go versus greenskins and I just take mass Pegasus Knights, are we cooking? I kind of like the damage caster. You know what? Even like Amber Spear can be really good in some situations. It's kind of sick. Like, who needs healing, right? And before Alberic gets completely murdered. Let's see. So, Royal Pegasus Knights have normal armor piercing levels, which is to say not much. But, yeah, if I just full mobility it, he's dead, right? I believe so. Honestly, yes, Bretonnia Cav builds with a damage caster. Skip the healing. It's crazy. I wonder if you can do some weird infantry stuff with like Felix. Probably not. Because you only allowed 2 heroes. That would be sick though. If you can kind of go dwarf mode and take 2 like slayers. Just park them on the points. Let's see, what do I want here? How to spend monies. I guess this is okay. Still waiting for Turtle's army to get into the lobby. I like the mass archers versus greenskins. They have to play so defensively with all the cavalry running around that, yeah, just a few archers kind of just ends them. He wants to play an Imperial ambush, alright. We successfully predicted the map that they would go for. Let's go Montfort next. We'll see how this goes. Mass Flyer Bretonnia. It's pretty cool. I wonder if there's like some spells that can really break boxes. I could take a Dwellers Below. I don't... You know, I haven't used Dwellers in ages. I know it got nerfed, but it's probably not that nerfed, right? It can't be that nerfed. It's still probably a decent Vortex? Who knows? Maybe it's even good versus Undead. I don't know, but I will say leaning towards damage seems like the right way. Anyone know if I should get Blessing of the Lady on my Pegasus Knights? Probably not. Unless I plan on healing them. I feel like healing is encouraging me to take more damage than I should. It's pretty bad. Triple Comet. Okay, Comet's hilarious. Should I take Comet of Cassandora versus Greenskins? That is a thing that is possible. Interesting. How very interesting. Comet, you say? Comet of Cassandora to break boxes? Is it worth overcasting, or do you always normal cast Comet? Fate and two Heavens casters. If Bretonnia had a way to generate magic and they just opened up the battle with triple Comet, that could be devastating. Unfortunately, it'd be dodged too easily. Why did hippos fall out of favor? They're just a little slow. They're not as maneuverable, and that can get them killed. Pegasus Knights are already plenty of damage too. And when you can have like 2 Pegasus Knights instead of 1 Hippogriff Knight, it's kind of huge. Blessed Ripperdactyls have devastating flanker. Wild. Oh yeah, I should chevron my artillery, right? I feel like I don't really need it though. See, last game the Greenskins is mostly just killing their army fast enough, so realistically I just need a handful of archers. It's not even like I really need capture weight. It should be okay. What if they have like a million single entities? What if he goes the rogue idol build again? You hate this faction? Bretonnia? I will say they play very differently than a lot of other factions. Then again, if I'm just gonna cut infantry on them, they do play a lot like other factions. In single player, I will say they have that Warhammer 1 syndrome. They got updated a few times, but it's still a very old faction. Alright, let's see this. Let's go. quad Pegasus Knight. Alrighty. Ready. Good luck, have fun. The quad Pegasus. The idea is simple. We'll just march forwards and harass absolutely anything that is not in the blob. Nice and simple like. Alberic will be here to give these guys speed boosts. You can get those Pegasus Knights to ludicrous levels of speed. And then I spam archers if it's a slow build and just shoot him to death. Because if he tries to advance, his reinforcements will get picked off by the Pegasus, and I can kite with the peasant bowman. If he tries to catch him with cavalry, they'll extend past the infantry and die to the Pegasus. I just need to field the maximum amount of ranged. First things first, though, I gotta figure out what in the world are they going for. What build are we gonna see for the greenskins? Because that determines my summons. I don't think the tickets are super important here. Should be able to play it relatively safe. Personally, I'm thinking the trebuchet is a good call, as it's basically always a good call. We're gonna see an orc shaman. All right, he has Gazamork, which can do a lot of damage, by the way. Wonder how that'll play out. He has a rampaging dude. I think I almost got rampaged there. But this is a slow build. So this tells me I want to go for the archer maxing. Because I will be able to secure these points. I just have to play a little careful. Just a smidge. Got a pretty nice charge over there. A little bit of damage. I have Pegasus Knights everywhere. Whoop. Okay, that one got rampaged. Can they disengage in time, or are they just straight up dead? I know these savage orcs straight up dead if they don't pull away. Dude, those boys are so slow. Those orc boys. They're barely gonna even get the charge on these Pegasus Knights. Thankfully, he didn't summon at that reinforcement point, by the way. That could have been bad. But yeah, that ends up being really bad for him. Rough. You get a fairly clean disengage. Just have to keep these guys flying about. We severely injured one unit of cavalry. He chucks out the melee attack buff. That's not going to do much. And life is good. He's already down one rampage too. Let's get that artillery piece going. Remember, I also have a Comet of Cassandora in case things do become a blob. I almost hope that he decides to try and kill Alberic here so that I can drop the Comet. It's a dumb play. It is a very dumb play, but you know what? Maybe he'll be sick. Nah, he's just gonna dodge it. Okay. A fun attempt. Thankfully, the spell's not too expensive. It's the Orc Shaman. Did that do damage to the Orc Shaman, or was he already damaged? I'm not sure. He's gonna gaze a Mork. He friendly fired with the gaze of Mork. Oh my gosh. That's rough. This is very rough all around. Let's push up with those peasant bowmen a smidge. I will have a big ol' spell cast here in a second. The idea is these guys just have to charge these orc boys. And then we leadership debuff him. He doesn't have any spell casting here to really punish this. That should just do 1,000,000 damage. Very nice. Oh, there's a treb hit. And then we chuck out the Comet. We're taking very aggressive fights here. That Comet should hit pretty hard, though. Oh, all right. Pretty sick. Big hit on the Black Orcs. Is it going to rout them? It routs them. I can't believe it. Absolute brutality. Can I escort them off, then? If I can, that'd be amazing. Gotta be a little careful though. Escorting units, a very tricky maneuver. Okay, I have a few of my archers in range now. The awkward thing is I haven't really been using my archers at all here. This is some good pickings though. Okay, those black orcs are like so close to rallying. I have to be very careful. Because we know they're super annoying in the late game. That's the black orc big boss over there. Gotta be careful, gotta be careful. I chucked the comet there, but I don't think that's a smart decision. Big boss, I should be able to bully. Black orcs, I really just gotta escort off with like some yeomen. I can't afford to keep Alberic busy forever there, right? That's just a bad idea. Is this just a magnificent comet? As long as there's no trees, right? We all know those trees are a menace for comets. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Very nice. I'll hammer this location with the artillery piece. Black orcs are suffering. Very nice. I will say the comets are pretty fun. How good they are, I'm not too sure. But fun, most definitely. There we go. Big damage over here. Those yeomen should be able to chase off the black orcs, right? They're half the gold value of the black orcs. Oh my gosh, dude, the archer volleys here are cooking so hard. Once I get Alberic's wind blast here, it's just gonna be a mass rout on the side of the greenskins. Ain't no way they're gonna be able to hold up against us. Whoop. Pegasus Knights have to be a little careful. It's time we get the rest of our cavalry in here. Focusing mostly on the micro than spending my monies. Oh, he does get a pretty big route there, actually. A little nasty. Good to see the black orcs bite in the dust, though. But, yeah, he is actually getting a little bit of leverage on my archers, which I do not like. Caster's a little exposed, too. We are down our Pegasus Knights. Not the end of the world. Cavalry has now arrived. They'll be able to crush all these black orcs. And I still have a double cap, so I have infinite time here. I'm not too worried at the end of the day. I just have to be a little careful. Run, my caster, run. He gets the wog. That comet's gonna be nasty, though. Oh, all right. Big deeps. Unfortunately, caster's gonna get rampage. He's going for the kill. I have to be careful and make sure I actually desummon my guys often enough, by the way. Okay, this is a downhill charge. That should be good. I don't have too many comets left, so it's not the end of the world that she dies, but even shutting down a few comets is still quite good for him. Man, the Bretonnian cavalry, though, just are destroying the greenskin cav. Every time, I'm always so surprised at how well they do there. Okay, let's get in the Alberic. As long as these archers stay alive, I think we're good. I'd love to get an artillery strike there. I'm going to try manually firing to make sure I don't run into line of sight issues. I don't know which one is better exactly, but we'll give it a go. Yeah, no, this thing's getting hella line of sighted. Unfortunate. Hill's kind of in an awkward spot, so I guess it makes sense. And this battle's not over yet, actually. Despite the pretty cool early game plays. Greenskins are still cooking pretty hard. A lot of my knights are having trouble here. Here comes another orc cavalry unit. Here's the thing, though. My archers are just feasting. The amount of value they're getting by just barraging these fools is ludicrous. Okay, we're gonna de-summon these guys. And I believe we'll eventually wear them down. It's close, though. It's close. You get the... I'm just comet addicted, guys. I can't help myself. I see a blob. I want to calm it. Surely you can't dodge that. He might not expect it to because the caster was dead. Oh, he's trying to dodge it. Is it still gonna do good damage? Yeah, pretty good damage. Nothing crazy, but pretty good damage. Yo, honestly, this archer line just supported by cavalry is really hyped, though. Just in general. I must say, they get a lot of work done. His caster's gone again, too. And now I can maybe go for a Lord Snipe. To be real careful, though. He might be able to secure this point. And I don't know if I win on a 1-cap either. Alright, forgot this unit of yeomen. Am I gonna get Lord Sniped? Oh, not like this. That would be awfully embarrassing. Okay, I do have Pegasus Knights. I'm gonna bring them in, and then I'm just gonna value trade with them. Alberic should be fine, he'll live. Okay, thank goodness. Do I win on a 1-cap? I think I barely don't. But with these Pegasus Knights, I should just be able to clean up shop. Okay, let's see if we can charge and route these guys off real quick before these guys come into support. The damage is high, but it's not an insta route. Run, Pegasus Knights, run! Okay, Pegasus Knights are super important for me to stay alive here. Ooh, they should be able to get another counter charge, though. That should be good. These guys over here are getting beat up. I can get more Pegasus Knights in but a second. A little bit of a scrap, though. A little bit of scrap. I'm going to need to pull back some value, too. Dang, those Pegasus Knights, though, are really strong. Okay, here we go. We got another one. Gotta cast before she routes. Gotta get that last squeeze-o magic. Okay, very nice. We got the big routes. We got the comet. Big damage, big damage. And I still have Pegasus Knights. Okay, this is good. Next up, killing off that big boss. The thing is, I have to re-secure this point because I technically lose on the number of points I have right now. That's going to be a little difficult, but killing off this Black Orc big boss is certainly going to help. Let's disengage now. Very nice. Okay, and another thing I could possibly do is start spamming yeomen. These guys are great because they can threaten this back point over here. And while he's struggling to defend multiple points, I might be able to sneak this one at the last second. So I'm gonna go for a bit of a fake out here where I go hard over here. Maybe we can get some Pegasus Knights on those Savage Boar boys too. You can see they're actually retreating. Yeah, he's worried about the back point. This is perfect. I just gotta buy time. Oh wait, no, I do win on a 1-cap. Oh no, we're set. Oh, I was worried for nothing. Oh, we're chilling. Yeah, I miss math, but yeah, we definitely win on a 1-cap. Okay. I might still try going for the recapture anyways, but let's not accidentally throw the game. As long as I don't lose this, we're good. Anyway, I can catch these guys out. I must say they are a little bit exposed. Should be able to do some of this. Disengage with these Pegasus Knights. Surround these guys. They're so maneuverable. You can see how much trouble they give. These guys. And if I just completely annihilate that, there's not much left for him to do. Plus the leadership bomb of the Trebuchet. Trebuchets are amazing, it turns out. And yeah, that's just going to completely clean up this corner. He summoned some units on the far side, but losing all his cavalry is surely going to be the end of him. And that's gonna be game. A little sketchy for a second there, I must admit. Not having healing on Alberic, always a terrifying prospect. But a game that should be a victory in the end. Dang, look at that mass route. Yo, they're so maneuverable. It actually is Slanesh, isn't it? It's like a really garbage Slanesh. The Pegasus Knights just bounce around, killing whatever they want. Rugled's got a lot of value. That big boss knight was great. Alberic was good. You know, 1700 is not bad for a caster with just one spell. But yeah, the Pegasus Knights were hype. Trebuchet was good. Trebuchet is always amazing. Archers? Yeah, once they were able to post up, that was brutal. And now we're against Von Karstein. Yo. They are playing... Is it Vampire Counts? None. They're counter picking. Okay. That's fun. You remember doing you remember Comet doing giga damage to a Dreadsaurian? Its impact damage is 1,700, which is pretty good. But at the end of the day, only like 2.5 spirit leeches. Love it when cool spells are effective. Yeah, worked out pretty well. It's hard to disengage versus Bretonnia with all the cavalry and such. Norska. Ooh, and Vampire counts? Ooh, alright. I want to play versus Vampire counts because I kind of know how to play versus Norska. And if I lose, I'll still make it to top 4. And I'll ban Itza, and we'll play on Pit of Treasures. Pit of Treasures is really easy for the counts to just sit back in the blob, though. I could ban Pit of Treasures. I could play it too, though. Oof, what do I want? No, I'll ban Itza. I'll ban Itza. I kind of want to see. I kind of want to see how this plays out. Bretonnia versus Vampire counts. The revenge is here. Vampire counts, they can be a little scary. They got the Manfred double White King shenanigans, which is always very annoying. He does want to play on Pit of Treasures. Makes a whole lot of sense. But I have a build. So let's see how this goes. It's kind of crazy choosing to face the Vampire accounts. I gotta say, it is a little insane to willingly throw myself into such a predicament. But I need to do my Maximillionaire prep. It has to be done. Let's see here. So we got the counts. This is a good starter build, but I should definitely have a bunch of these. Do I need a Grail Relique versus counts? I don't even know if the Blessed Trebuchet is good versus counts. I might just need more capture weight. Unfortunately, Battle Pilgrims is my cheapest capture weight. That's not gonna immediately route, but Battle Pilgrims are good. We did see them get massacred last time, but that was just last time, right? Let's do it. Revenge! We want Rapunzel. I want Rapunzel, but I don't think I can make Rapunzel work. Rapunzel is just worse Alberic, and we're already struggling too much. This isn't Slanesh. I can't just meme it up with Sigvald or something. I didn't have Terror, but he had the War Boss, yeah. Though Terror is still pretty good. It's a little hard squeezing in the Terror into Bretonnian builds. It's probably worth it, generally. But Pegasus Alberic is so fast and nimble. .40 in 1 hour. Yeah, this is absolutely Bretonnian revenge. I haven't gone for a Grail Guardian stack yet. Okay, it looks like the lobby is bugged. Or are we loading it? Dang it, the lobby's bugged. How do Pegasus fare versus Vargeists? I think very well. Because they have so much anti-large. Oh no, did the Steam servers go down? Steam server status. Apparently at Frankfurt, it's at full load, but just at Frankfurt. Otherwise, it seems fairly normal. Okay, weird. Hopefully this all goes okay. I have a sick build. I have a sick Vampire Count's Revenge build. Do the Blessed Trebuchets do friendly fire? They don't. They used to before, but the main projectile no longer does it. So yeah, patched that one out, thankfully. If that was still in the game, it'd be pretty rough. Still waiting on Von Karstein. We want them to host, just in case there's a lag or something. You can add it back. The Bretonnia nerf nobody asked for. Flock of Doom could be pretty hype. It's nice raw value, but like, does it do anything though? It doesn't route anybody. The thing just doesn't route nobody. And they don't play super tight. Most formations have a few layers to them, so you're not hitting that many elite units. It's also generally better against cavalry. Alright, let's see this. Vampire Counts. In the semifinals, if I face them again, I'll go versus their Norska. So far, top 4 is myself, Dangler, Von Karstein, and Pope Patty. I'd love to see a grand Pope Patty victory. Let us see. Honestly, very few people play Slanesh, despite the number of people who say they are OP. Even with the nerfs, you'd think there'd be more. Here's the build, by the way. Okay. So I got Wind Blast this time around. So if the Vampire counts... Oh, my bad. Blocker! So the Vampire counts don't engage. I can just keep Wind Blast and go infantry to death. The reinforcements are really far from the main point. So if I can just cut them off with the Pegasus Knights, they can't support their dudes. Yeah, trebuchets, they still, Blessed Trebuchets still have line of sight issues, sadly. All right, they're ready. Let's do it. Okay, so this is the Maximilianer build. It's actually exactly the same as the Maximilianer build. That is fine. We can live with this. I have a healer, by the way, just in case. So he's probably going to want to Buna one of these things. Whoops, capture the point, but then move forwards. Kind of botching this early game, sadly. Kind of biffing it. See if I can beat up these horrors, though. Just gonna target fire them. Just gonna target fire them. I want to see if I can actually just, like, nuke them. You can see the horrors are a little out of position. So, will this do it? Pegasus Knight Charge did quite a bit of damage, actually. It's pretty sick. It's pretty sick deeps. Then I Wind Blast the infantry. Beautiful. Yo, that's pretty sick. Quite magnificent, if I do say so myself. When it's all zombies, it's not like they're doing that much, right? Now, unfortunately, the horrors did survive. But the damage was rather ludicrous. He's actually just gonna chuck a heal on him. Try and keep him in the fight. But we even got a blob. And that sick thingamajig there. Now, are we gonna see Blood Knights? With Alberic's help, we should be able to bully this thing. Let's start shooting up that corpse card over there. Alberic can definitely bully that cart. The horrors continue to take damage. The thing though, we got White Kings on the horizon. Gotta be a little careful about those guys. But we did manage to kill off the horrors. I guess this knights are still alive, mind you, too. And now the vampire count should have a very hard time actually pushing forwards. So if I pull in like this, I should be able to just blast them to death. This is going pretty well. Oh, are the White Kings trying to die? The thing is, there still hasn't been summons. I have to be really careful that, like, Blood Knights don't just show up and end me here. But White Kings definitely overextended. They shall be punished for their transgressions. He gets a Zombo summon. Okay, this is the big play now. Some Blood Knights have arrived. I must suspect that there are more Blood Knights on the horizon. But I should still be able to nuke these guys into oblivion. I got 2 Pegasus Knights here. Their charges are impeccable. My archers are absolutely popping off. Here comes the next Blood Knight wave. It all hinges on this, though. So I gotta kill these guys and then dip, essentially. I gotta say the archers are doing well. I'm probably gonna kill 1 Blood Knight. Okay, we got him dead. And now we dip. Let the dippening begin. Just escape with everything. We might have lost 1 Pegasus Knight, but honestly, I'm getting a lot of damage here with these archers. I should be able to secure this point. Life is still actually pretty good. We're basically kiting the counts here. And like, what can they even do about this, man? They're just eating archer volleys like no one's business. And the Pegasus Knights are back. Are you gonna leave your crypt horrors out to dry? You gonna let them all die here? This is a crazy build. This is a ludicrous build. Yeah, I can just fight the horrors here because the Blood Knights are all on their own. There's no way the Blood Knights can do much about this. Because Manfred is too far away. He gets a scab scrath, not a big problem though. Once I've killed off these horrors, life should be pretty good. That'll be a very nice little barrage over there. From Alberic. Big damage. Yo, these Pegasus Knights just don't die too. They totally just grind it up. Oh my gosh, the horrors are dead. What is this? How is this actually working? I swear it came to me in a dream. The mass Pegasus strat, and these guys are stuck, so they can't support the back line and the front line. So now he's straight up double capped. You get a charge on the horrors and then just immediately disengage. Vampire counts again absolutely pulled apart. And I don't even have healing for Alberic. That's a crazy thing. Blood Knight Lances. We're gonna go in for the kill on them now. Very nice. And then I just gotta sit here and grind until they crumble to death. We'll get a zombie summon, but that's not the end of the world. Just keep the retargeting going. I still have to be a little careful. But I'd say this is quite good generally, as long as Alberic doesn't bite the dust here. There's a non-zero chance Alberic gets totally wrecked and then it's just completely over, but as it stands, life is not too bad. Gonna slow these guys down. There you go. Alberic's pushing through. He should be able to make it out. And I still have a million archers. Okay, Alberic. It's just one more Crypt Horror, and he's out. Just like that. Very nice. And I still have this Pegasus Knight at the ready. And this was a super, you know, clumped up point map. The thing is, vampire counts need close capture points from the reinforcements to not get picked off. And I think that's what did it. I think that's how we did it. This lady has 16,000 damage. Very nice. She's been doing great. Blood Knights are gonna go down now. Dude, there's just nothing left. I can't believe it. That's crazy, man. I was struggling so hard the other day against this. Against vampire counts. And now it just feels like the chillest walk in the park you could ever imagine. And it's straight up Maximilianer's build. Like, this is his build. Oh my gosh, is Manfred gonna die now? I don't even need to cast the magic there. Manfred is surrounded. No mercy indeed. Manfred's getting walloped. Let's get a big old charge over there. And then if Alberic can support that fight too, that'd be amazing. I just gotta hammer the Blood Knights before they can cycle charge too much. At the end of the day, Blood Knights are actually not the best of cavalry units, especially if they're being swarmed like this. And now he's gonna have to deal with more Pegasus Knights. The true menace of Bretonnia. Pegasus Knights, man. I have to be careful that I don't throw, though. This is still technically throwable. I think trying to kill Manfred was a bit of a misplay. I'm still very much so in the clear. Like, I got another Pegasus Knight again. Those Blood Knights can't escape. Yo, Pegasus Knights are sick. Actually, best unit in the entire game. Blood Knights could eat dirt. Oh my goodness, there they go. They're gone. And Alberic buys the escape. Then I just send the Pegasus Knight into these horrors, who they will absolutely annihilate because they're Pegasus Knights. The peasant archers are so spread out, he can't scab scrath them. Very funny. Very funny as always. We'll send another Pegasus Knight over here into these horrors. And they just can't make use of the regeneration. They're dying too fast. Very nice. Very nice. Look at this. What is that? A unit of Crypt Ghouls? How do you feel about being slowed, good sir? chuck that out right onto his face. Mega damage. It's like 300 gold almost on her. Very good. Then I will go ahead and secure this points. The battle is most definitely mine as long as I don't like chuck Alberic into Manfred or something. But yeah, it's kind of crazy just how aggressively the Pegasus Knights can play. They like just straight up don't care about the zombies and the skeletons. Something about their stat line, I guess, or their armor, I don't know. Or just the fact that the charge is so fast and brutal. But they truly do not have many issues there. Get another one of them wind blasts. Just gotta keep Alberic alive. You can see these guys over here are kind of suffering. Once again, we go for the Manfred Killaroo. These peasant bowmen are out of ammunition too. I can't believe it. The peasant bowmen were so good. It's, you know, in theory, Scabscrath would just delete them. You have to counter the Scabscrath by being ludicrously aggressive with your guys. Like your Pegasus Knights, they have to. Whoop. That's brutal. But yeah, you have to keep the Pegasus Knight backline aggression to stop the White Kings from moving in, because the White Kings need to be there to defend the horrors. But if the backline's under threat, they can't do it. GG, well played. Oh. Oh, we did it. What a crazy build. Somebody call Pope Patty. It's kind of like what you bought. It is partially inspired by what worked well for you and having Pegasus Knights. Oh my gosh. Yo, that was sick. White Kings looked useless for once. They still paid for themselves, but they looked pretty useless. Blood Knights got devastated. Glorious winged horses. I can't believe it. These are actually Seekers of Slaanesh. They're like flying Seekers of Slaanesh. Oh dang, Dangler won like 4, maybe 5 games. Crazy. Yeah, 75 charge bonus. So like vampire counts are really good when they can bog you down for ages. The reason this works is because you kill them so fast that they can't react. And then you just run away. Those poor horrors, man. Got wrecked. Then the unholy lodestones didn't do anything. My archer crews just unloading endless volleys. They didn't even get that much value, but just the ability to clear the undead is the important part. But you need, the only reason this works is because they can't reinforce easily. You have to pick a map where the vampire count's reinforcement point is far away. It doesn't matter how close the capture points are, at least as I understand it. You always like using them to snipe large monsters. Yeah, it's pretty sick. I will say they're a little squishy though. So if you can't kill a big monster fast enough, they might start dying. It's all about the surgical executions. Damsel of Heavens was cool. I think she's useful because of the slow too. It keeps them from getting on top of your units if you want to get a surgical strike. There are probably some other spells that do well though. On a flat map, I do want to try a Beastcaster with Amber Spear. Because when your opponent is super terrified of getting cav rushed, you just get the best angles for this spell. Your impressive Blood Knights managed to deal enough damage to get 2 and 1 chevrons, considering how fast they died. Yeah, it was adverse circumstances, but they did actually hurt a decent amount. They're really the only guys that did any damage to the Pegasus Knights. Needs testing against Maximilianaire. I think, let's see here. Well, they like to summon the Mortis engine early. If von Karstein went for a fast Mortis, I think that would have been... That would be a little sketchy for me here. Yeah. Yeah. Normal Blood Knights or Lances? Yeah, Lances, because they have anti-large. I feel like a Mortis engine isn't the end of the world, because if it does get summoned, I can just surround it. And if he plays super defensively, I get triple cap. Now, yeah, no, there's no way you can just sit back and build up while being triple capped. That's just game losing. You have to always go for at least 1 point. But we'll see. I'm up against von Karstein again. Up again. Different maps, and I don't have to face the vampire counts, thankfully. Dangler is facing Pope Patty. Viewer v viewer. Greenskins versus Slanesh. You think we'll have Dangler in chat? Wanting Slanesh units to be banned? I feel like Forsaken are really good into greenskins, but it's much easier to manage than a Dreadmaw, admittedly. Just tuned in, testing for what? This is a rough build that just beat von Karstein using your Vampire Counts build. I wonder if this would work against you, Maximilian. I think it's still map dependent. I think if you get a good enough map, it's pretty solid, but the Pegasus Knights are so good at killing Crypt Horrors, it's insane. They kill Crypt Horrors, they kill Blood Knights. I almost wonder if you run Royal Pegasus Knights, how that plays out. I'm a little more skeptical about these guys. What's the diff? They'll have slightly higher stats and magic attacks. Bonus versus large 15, bonus versus large 15. Is this like the same unit? Oh, Royal Pegasus Knights have perfect vigor. And ITP, I guess. And Blessing of the Lady. So that makes them, yeah, a decent amount tankier, 500 more HP. I don't know if that's worth, though. I'd rather just, like, resummon these guys. But it's not bad. They're a lot more resistant to Buna. These guys are just cheap. I like the cheapness of them, because you can kind of spam them out. Looks like it dies to Winds of Death and Scab's Craft. The weird thing is that Manfred and the Double White Kings were always trying to defend the Crypt Horrors from dying. And then he wasn't able to jump the archers. I don't know how it would play out if they just let his horrors die to the Pegasus, or if he played more in a blob. That's why I think it's very important to get a good formation going. What are the maps? Bordello Landing, Eastern Isle Colony, and Cursed Oasis. If I ban Eastern, I have Bordello. I don't know if this is a good army on Bordello. Let's go versus Walk. Let's see here. And ban Eastern. I imagine he'll want to play on Bordello Landing. And I feel like Pegasus Knights are the way. What if I just keep running Pegasus Knights? Magic attacks. Yeah, it depends on what you're facing. Alright, Chaos versus Bretonnia. I could try the exact same style. It feels amazing. It feels pretty good. And Bretonnia apparently is quite good into Norska. So realistically, what's Chaos gonna do? L cannon I don't have to worry about too much. Unfortunately, the bowman spam strat is going to be a lot less useful here. I cannot simply spam a million bowmen, sadly. For chaos, magic-wise, I feel like this is slightly better. And how do I want to do this? Chaos, he could go a bunch of horsemen. He could go for a bunch of halberds. If it's a halberd box, this is not a good amber spear map, sadly. If this is Dust Bowl, that would be amazing. I guess I could run Foot Squire late game. Does anyone think a Foot Squire late game is good versus Chaos? Dangler versus Patty is Twitch chat versus YouTube? Dang, true. I didn't even consider. Alright, I just have to worry about Hellstriders, but the Hellstriders are kind of nothing burgers versus this. I feel like the early game makes sense to me, but I don't know how I'm supposed to close out a late game. There could be an Archie, Archaon, the Ever-Chosen. If we see warrior spam, is it really a big issue? Yeah, what if I run Curse of the Midnight Wind to kill off warriors? It's 8 winds of magic for what is effectively just Plague of Rust. So you're paying double value for less duration. Sure, there's a melee attack debuff, but that just doesn't feel good. That feels positively garbage. Instead, let's just do this. Just a nice chill build. I'm ready to see what Von Karstein has cooked up. All Foot Squires, Berserk style. Berserk goes mass Foot Squires here? I thought they liked the mobility. It's AoE though. True, true. That does have some uses. In fact, against Count, if you really don't want your knights to take damage when you charge in, you can use Curse of the Midnight Wind. But Wind Blast is so much better because they tend to draw in their infantry. He did all infantry Bretonnia versus me when I was playing Chaos. I could see it working. It's been so many matches, I don't remember. I'm ready for it though. Can Von Karstein get the killing going? I also wonder who's going to win between Patty and Dangler. In theory, Slaanesh is great, but we'll see. You better not bring Chaos Warriors. It's got to be Forsaken for days. Especially because he knows how to... Oh, hey, he's in chat. You know how to micro your cavalry, man. You're better than bringing Chaos Warriors. No clue what to do here. You just spam Forsaken and Hellstriders. And then you use your Keeper of Secrets to kill his stuff. Just play it like Bretonnia. Slaanesh plays like Bretonnia with Pegasus Knights. You just have extremely fast kill squads running around looking for picks. That's it. If you had a Pegasus Knight build, you wouldn't run Foot Squires. So if you have a Slaanesh Cav build, you shouldn't run Chaos Warriors. Done and done. It feels so different to play Slaanesh. Really? Shouldn't everything just be stronger? I don't know, I only got to see it one game. You do more damage, but your units also explode, I guess. But it's not like you're taking damage on your Bretonian units, right? I think the biggest thing is probably just not knowing what engagements they can even win. So you might just be sending them into situations that, like, you know, that either you're either missing situations where you could be sending them in, or you're sending them to their deaths. overestimating their strength. I'll split my horse archers here. Alright, so von Karstein, he's going to be dealing with a similar starter build. Different reinforcements. I got lots of foot squires. It's a Rot Knight build. Hell yeah, we got Spirit Leecher. He's got the Fate of Buna. Uran and Slenderbolt's pretty good versus Rot Knights. Let's see here. He can't Buna me yet. So I can be a little threatening with these Pegasus Knights. If I can just get him to blink and not move on to that point as fast as possible, that's a plus. Yes, fear the Pegasus Knights. Fear them. If they dived in, they would immediately die. Let's see here. So, Rat Knights are a little scary, but he's leaving his infantry exposed. Pegasus Knights can absolutely get a charge in here and disengage before things get too hot for him. At least I think so. If I lose a couple knights here, that's not worth. Ouch. Okay, never mind. Rot Knight's a little bit faster than I thought they would be. I guess I don't have Alberic here. A little bit of a misplay. A little bit of an initial oopsie-doopsies. They'll still mostly be able to get out though. And I do have the points. Absolutely glorious. He should not be able to push into me either. This is not enough of a rush build. And I'm simply going to disengage. Rotting Riders, though, a little scary. Rot Knights in general. Very, very high deeps. I could try jumping those skirmishers, but I think that would be a bad idea. I don't think Foot Squires would be good here. They'd be bullied. Man, I wish I had a Wind Blast or something for this blob. But what can you do? I guess we'll just kind of make a quick rotation here. Maybe steal this point. Life should be good. I'll get one archer in here. I don't think that's the best of decisions, but they should be able to get a little bit of work done. Interesting. Okay, so we get Spirit Leech on Alberic. The hidden caster bait is going to be sick then. Because he's going to waste all his magic trying to Spirit Leech this guy to death. But he simply will not die. It's just very hard to engage because of these Rot Knights. But at some point, I should be able to actually just spam Cav and cycle charge these guys. The thing about the Rot Knights is they can't be everywhere. We get the capture point. And now he's going to need to defend his infantry from the Cav. The mobility is strong. Let's get another one of these guys. Trebuchet's doing great. It can even hit some Rot Knights too. That would be glorious. Interesting. We're seeing mass Hellstriders over here. So if he wants to take this point back, he's going to lose his infantry over here. That's the hope. Will it actually play out as such? I will have to see. I do have Strider, which helps out a lot. He chucks out a Spirit Leech on the caster, which I feel is suboptimal. You can see my horse archers are getting a lot of damage on those guys. Now I can't take this fight. That would be suicidal. The Cav charges in the distance are cooking. You can see there's just multiple threats here. He can't be everywhere at once. I should be able to just take on those Hellstriders too. Knights Errant are very good at stuff like that. We'll give him the point so that I may trade for value. Let's park the Pegasus Knights over here. And so far, so good, I'd say. Oh my goodness, please, Trebuchet. This is the Trebuchet spot. Oh, the Trebuchet hammer has arrived. Amazing. Absolutely amazing value over there. Yep, there we go. There goes a bunch of his guys. All right, that's gonna help clear out some marauders. And then I can start pressuring this point again. You can see just how annoying this is. It's the ultimate keep away composition. The marauders again bullied. Now it's a lot to micro, a lot to manage, but I have secured myself yet another point. Alberic gets another spirit leech. He thinks I don't have a healer, but I do. And not being able to Buna my Pegasus Knights is going to be the end of him for sure. Look at that point though, completely and utterly secured. There's nothing you can do to stop that from being taken. And now I think I do start spamming Foot Squires. As crazy as that may be, I believe Foot Squires actually crush it here. Because there's no more infantry and the Rot Knights are kind of getting overwhelmed. They're kind of getting overwhelmed. In terms of needing to be everywhere at the same time. Again, hammered by the artillery pieces. Alberic's just ready to dive on in. Ouch, ouch, ouch. Okay, those halberds did a lot of damage, though. Gotta be a little careful. I think it's finally time we get in our second caster. So she's just gonna heal Alberic at the next convenience. Okay, and then I just gotta catch these guys out. Or I just play for that far point again. Avoiding the fight is working for me right now. It probably still will continue to work. If I keep up the hustle. Gonna chuck out. Nah. Oh crap, you caught my knights. A little unfortunate then. Still though, we get this capture point. And I'm not gonna let them stop me here. Let's keep spamming knights to defend against the Rot Knights. These yeomen are making big plays for sure. I'd love to get a heal on all these Pegasus Knights too. That would be massive. Okay, he's trying to save his boys. Not a problem though. We're just really, it's just the vampire counts game all over again. It's a funny thing. I should be able to bully these Forsaken before they become a problem. I'm gonna have to disengage fairly quickly, but Alberic is the master of disengages. He'll be able to mostly escape, I think. A little sketchy for a second there, though. But it looks like we'll be okay. Let's get another archer up. I want to keep the pressure. Ah, crap. He caught my caster. He got her. A little unfortunate, but I still think we're doing good. This point shall be mine shortly. He's committed many of his forces into this area. I gotta make sure I don't accidentally take just a horrendous fight here. But this engagement looks pretty decent. Because I do have my little wind blast. And a lot of his rotting riders are not in position to really deal with this. Then I just disengage. Okay, we have some Rot Knights over on this point, though. It's not over just yet. He got the Tormentor Sword cast on me. Okay, and I have yet to cast any magic, so let's get a little bit of that going. I gotta start retaking this point, because we're losing it over here. Thankfully, the Rot Knight charge wasn't too devastating. As long as Alberic can escape, we're good, and he does. Wondrous. Okay, let's get the caster on here. And I'm just gonna keep spamming yeomen into the horizon on this point. It's a little tricksy. It's just a little bit tricksy. But if I capture this point, he's gonna have a lot of trouble. My army's just way more mobile at the end of the day. I should group up these knights for a big heal. Very slow on the magic expenditure. Oh, she's back though. Okay. That's pretty hype, actually. Let's check out a lightning bolt. I need to just use the magic more than anything else. I got the point, though. We got the lightning bolt on the Forsaken. Hell yeah. Very, very nice. And the Rotting Riders, unfortunately, are not having the best of times. This is good. This is very good. If Alberic gets in here and gives his ludicrous capture rate with gold, and that's a spawn over on this point, I don't want to contest that anymore. But I believe I have too many forces now, and I should just be able to take this fight the old-fashioned way. And just kill off all the Rot Knights with the nasty old Alberic charge. He is amazing at these kind of big blob engagements. We're gonna check out some lightning over here. And everything has anti-large times a million. Boom! Lightning has arrived. What a nice match this was. What a pleasant situation. Oh man, that anti-large, man. Alberic's buffing everything in here. The whole force. The Pegasus Knights are still alive too. That's crazy work on them. I love Pegasus Knights. I understand why Zarx ran them so much before. Truly one of the most amazing units. Menange Wrath indeed gonna be routing off those Forsaken. Unfortunately, she gets routed, but whoop, there's Menange. Even rebounds off the wall to rout off the Rotting Riders. Absolute brutality across the board, and the Foot Squires are cooking. That's an everything cap coming soon. An army wipe of the chaos. It is actually the closest thing to Slanesh. That's all I had to do. I just needed a 100 speed cav unit, apparently. That is the secret to Anticity learning how to play factions. Oh man, every time. Is it actually just Slanesh all the way down? GG, well played. Oh man, I love Pegasus Knights so much. They're so good. Yeah, Rot Knife's got super collapse in on. Ooh, that value is rough. Oh man, it's so interesting. You have the threat of the Pegasus Knights. It's so threatening that they have to pull back their forces. And they can't kill your archer or artillery. This thing got 2200 value. The Treb just cooked. Insane. Footscars were hype. This lady did not hit a lot of lightning bolts. My magic choice, I need magic that's better for kite. Uranins is cool, but it's not kite magic. Wind Blast is the way to go for sure. The reserve caster to counter the spirit leeches, by the way, hilarious. We baited him into using all his magic. Oh my goodness. Yo, there's so many cool plays here. This build cooks. Alright, let me know when done. Pope Patty, let me know when done. I'm gonna make this faction play like Slanesh. I must say, are these guys faster than Seekers? 105 versus 100. Yeah, the 5 speed faster. And they're flying. They're flying. I can't believe this whole time Bretonnia had flying Seekers of Slanesh. The games are still kind of close though, because it takes me a lot of time to actually clear the army. But Quad Pegasus definitely is a big threat. They fly now? Better Slanesh. Ooh. Big debate. Nerf Bretonnia. Yeah, Blessed Trebuchet. Nobody's trying to split up their army and dive your backfield when you have 4 Pegasus Knights. It's just too threatening. They clear any unit that is out of position in seconds, just like the Seekers. And then you get 2200 value on this thing. It can also kill elite stuff too. It's not just chaff. But if they do blob up, that one volley into the Marauders, just routing all of them. It's just good. It's just good. I don't think I need Royal Pegasus Knights though. They feel like they feel kind of like pleasure seekers. They're good, but it's overkill. You need cheap and quantity instead. Pleasure seekers usable? They are usable. You do have to be wary of viewing up, but the strategy is you put them in reserves, and if they don't have a counter, you bring them in. Whoops. Kick my mic. But yeah, that's the rough strat. How would you counter the mobility build? Similar to how you counter Slanesh, you just need a thick tide of infantry and play super cagey. Doom Knights, Longma Riders. Let's take a look at Longma Riders. Longma Riders are 1350. That's a lot more expensive. This is working because I have cavalry to countercharge. So I can charge infantry, and if they bring in a Blood Knight, I charge a Blood Knight and surround them with the Pegasus. With Longma Riders, it's a little more awkward. You can only bring 3. It's similar with the Doom Knights. They're pretty expensive. The thing is, you can support them with cheap cavalry like Hellstriders. So maybe there's something there. You also really need the skirmishers. Honestly, most of the time I win games just with quad skirmisher. Who's gonna win though? Pope Patty and Dangler, they're facing off. They're doing their bestest. I think I'd be happy to face either or. Fighting Slanesh again with Bretonnia would be fun. Dangler did bring the Rogue Idol build last time. That was pretty funny. I don't think they'll do it again though. What's a Pegasus cost again? 1,100. They're insanely cheap for what they bring to the table. The crazy thing is they one-shot infantry on the charge because of this bonus. So they hit for like 100, 125, 131 damage. A lot of it will be blocked by armor piercing, but even if you cut that by half, it still one-shots most infantry. That does seem like a steal, at least compared to Longwoods. Can you compare the two? Yeah. I was always skeptical of these guys because I just wasn't good at microing them. Now that I'm a bit better at keeping my cav alive, feels good. Longma Riders have harmony. They cause fear. And they have 30 more armor. A little bit more stats. But they don't have the bonus versus large, which I think is really important for killing cavalry on the charge. It's fairly similar, except 250 more gold for fairly similar is bad. Yes, harmony's nice, but melee stats, like melee attack and melee defense, it doesn't matter for a shock cav flying unit. And they also aren't supported by Alberic. So Alberic gives your Pegasus Knights the speed to disengage. He just hangs around them and he gives them plus, where is it at? 10% speed. So you're looking at 116 speed Pegasus Knights. That's fast enough to outrun Slanesh cavalry. Longbow Riders can't do that. They'll get caught and murdered. Like a lot of the times here, I'm barely disengaging. You're paying 250 gold for fear and harmony bonuses, I guess. It's pretty bad. If you compare it to Royal Pegasus Knights, though, you're paying 500 gold for Perfect Vigor, Blessing of the Lady, ITP, and some stats. The stats don't matter. But let's say Perfect Vigor, Blessing of the Lady. ITP doesn't matter. So just Perfect Vigor and Blessing of the Lady. The Perfect Vigor is good, but 500 gold is like half a Pegasus Knight. Would you really rather have 2 of these guys instead of 3 Pegasus Knights? Unfortunately, I can't keep spamming Royals either, because I need some ground troops to capture. Oh yeah, you lose the bonus versus large. Pegasus Knights might just be better. If Bretonnia had to choose between Pegasus Knights or you know what, if Cathay had to choose between Pegasus Knights and Longbow Riders, I think they would choose Pegasus Knights. Because they have anti-large. They're even Vanguard. Oh my gosh. Yeah, you just get bonus versus large. And you lose a little bit of armor. That's so much better. That's way better, man. This is bonus versus large 15. I guess these guys still have pretty good charge bonus, but the problem is the price. If Longbow Riders cost 1,100, I think you'd be looking at something quite comparable. Because yeah, the armor's nice and the harmony can help out sometimes. Man, Longbow Riders are really overcosted, aren't they? That means if Pegasus Knights are good and Longbow Riders are equal to them in stats, you lose 250 gold. You just fall 250 gold behind every time you summon a Longbow Rider. That's crazy. You summon 4 Longbow Riders, that's a whole cav unit. That's a whole Cold One Knight dead for nothing. Oh man, honestly, if Cathay had Pegasus, if everyone had Pegasus Knights, I'm a true Pegasus Knight enjoyer now. I really was writing them off before. Magic tax matter versus Chaos factions, nah. So just look at the damage of you know, the bonus versus large. Like, if you actually look at how much damage they do, the 20% physical resist on demons, they're still gonna one-shot infantry. And they still one-shot seekers. So the resistances don't really matter. Pope Pat is done. Did they win? Who won? Who won? Scolandier's Cave, Putrefying Carcass, and Pit of Treasures. Pegasus Knights added to Slanesh. Holy. Alright, it's Slanesh time. Rip the dangler. I'll ban Carcass. We're on Pit of Treasures. I assume they'll want to play on Pit of Treasures, but we'll see. This time I definitely have a, let's just say a fun strat. Will this be good, or will it be a meme? He wants to play Pit of Treasures, makes a lot of sense. All right, the final test, people. The final test. Obviously, I want Pegasus Knights into the horizon. This either is going to be amazing or very much so hot garbage. We'll see. We will see. You always need some foot squires versus Slanesh to not die to just an armored main tide push. Always want to have a trebuchet. And I really wonder if this is gonna cook or not. I really, really do wonder. I'm gonna give it a hard maybe. I'll give it a hard maybe. Mounted Yeoman can actually be good versus Hellstriders if you have Alberic support. Alberic support changes everything. Peasant Bowmen are okay here, but they're not amazing. I think I'll take a 1 of at most on that front. I just need some cavalry that can actually push points. So that's probably going to be Knights of the Realm, Knights Errant. You guys know the drill. The real question, though, is whether or not my weird tech solution actually does something. There's a mod that enables every unit for every faction on the workshop. Interesting. If that does exist, that sounds like something CA would rather I not promote. But it's not my job to police anything. Longmas have 5% less block chance versus Pegasus Knights 2 for some reason. The shield is weaker? Huh. I didn't even consider that. That's wild. Alright. It's time to have some fun. Looky here. So, if I am the more mobile build, what if I just run double Amber Spearcaster? Amber Spear is essentially... It's essentially like a mini Spirit Leech. He has a Marquis of Masochism. He has a Mask. He has Sirkar. Okay. Mask doesn't have too much HP, thankfully. There's going to be a big single entity fight. And the ice is so dry. It's been a long grind. But alright, let's see how this pans out. Is he gonna rampage me? He wants it. He wants that rampage. Let's get another Yeoman Archer. Okay, Alberic just needs to keep flying away. He's gonna land himself. Whoa, I'm a Pegasus Knight so far. Okay. Bottom block for Alberic. Save your lord. Okay, there we go. That should be able to keep him relatively safe. I gotta remember, I don't have no healing. I severely mispositioned my Pegasus Knights. But Alberic looks like he is going to barely escape. Skedaddle, man! Get out of there! Skedaddle! Okay, we're gonna get some of our guys here. Alberic's grand escape shall continue. Hopefully I can bully these horsemen a little bit. So far the damage is pretty good. Pegasus Knights will be able to continue the chase. Very nice. And Alberic is going to be able to get back into the sky. Also very nice. Then I just got to pull back the skirmishers and target the big annoying monster over there. Okay. This is where that one archer is going to come in clutch, by the way. All right, there we go. Very good. And I think we're going to win it. I think the Pegasus Knights are too clutch. Alberic's in the air. He's having the time of his life. Big old giant guy over here. It's just too much. 4 Pegasus Knights, even when they showed up late. I will say the horsemen kind of screwed him. If he didn't have Marauder horsemen, I think he could have won. I swear, Pope Patty didn't listen to a thing I said. I said no Chaos Warriors, no horsemen. The horsemen skirmishers screwed him because they couldn't win the fight. Oof. Well, that's going to be a big murderage. I guess the Knights definitely win this. Yeah, this one Peasant Bowman unit, by the way. 250 value already. Alrighty, let's just get into position. And I think we're just settling in for the late game, where I just want a bunch of infantry. And then I should be good. I'm also going to try and get an Amber Spear cast here, because I think that'd be hilarious. Okay, so there's the Pavane. You counter Pavane by running away. Amber Spear didn't do much. Honestly, my magic's been pretty bad. Yo, I can body block Alberic to save him from dying. The knights are just holding him back. Get down, sir! What are you doing? Get more foot squires, though. If I just keep rushing in with the footies, I'll be okay. Whoa, Alberic has wedged himself in, like, the worst position possible. He's gonna escape, though, thankfully. Yeah, the double damsel is pretty garbage. Double damsel is pretty garbage, but everything else is gonna be able to win it. A hard-fought battle indeed. The mask, she will continue to live, unfortunately, for a little while. In fact, the mask has a ludicrous amount of HP. But if I just keep spamming foot squires, we're good. He stopped summoning in cavalry. He knows they ain't got nothing on me. Nice, Deer Car is dead. Caster should be dead soon. And I think we're good. Yeah, we were just able to kill the big monster. Honestly, if he just didn't have... If he just didn't have the skirmishers, man. I think the skirmishers was just the big letdown of the century. Can I kill the mask, though? Pegasus Knight charges? Maybe the double damsel? Double damsel versus mask? What is that? Hellstrider? Just a Hellstrider, not a big deal. Mask is now completely shut down. Is she still doing the... Which dance is she on? I can't tell. It's not showing up very well. Okay, let's get that Grill Relic in. Caster is dead. Mask is strong, but she's still not that strong. Not enough to just ignore the double damsel beatdown, I guess. Alright, this should be a great position for that. Yo, my spell casting is definitely the worst part of my Bretonnia. I am flubbing the spell casting left, right, and center, aren't I? Alright, I think the mask is finally dead, though. Ain't no way they survive this, and I have a trebuchet hammering this position. Oh, the timing! Oh, that treb! Oh, this Forsaken didn't stand a chance. Yo, trebuchet after the blob shows up is so powerful. How's Alberic doing? Is he dying? Is he beating the mask? Yo, the mask is kind of crazy. I can see why people wanted the mask to be nerfed. They are kind of insane. Still have to capture the points and the like. I have a Grail Relic here, though, so this should be pretty nasty. Mask probably has ludicrous value right now. 3,000. Just a casual 3,000 value. Nothing to worry about. But Bretonnia prevails. Bretonnia is too strong for Slaanesh. The double caster will eventually be able to kill the mask with the thing. Yeah, is that the Mortis engine effect? I really cannot tell. Okay, Alberic's got to be a little safer. And then you are going to loop around. And then you're just going to... She's hiding behind the UI. There we go. There we go. That's how you deal with the mask. I've been waiting for this moment all game, son. Boom. Okay, that's actually pretty sick. I like that. Alberic unfortunately routes, but he'll be okay. I'll just summon a Pegasus Knight in a second. As long as he don't die, we're good. Yeah, now that I actually have a way to kill the mask, we're set. We're chilling. Bob Slaanesh. Slaanesh was weak. Oh man, yo, Alberic was also a menace. He also just did not die forever. Oh crap. Oh no, Alberic! Never mind. Chad Barrack does not hold. No, you're out into the random dudes. Unfortunate. Here's the thing though, the mask is just dead now. She dead. Pegasus Knights are here. Yeoman archers, I guess, will chase these guys down. As long as he doesn't resummon the mask, I'm good. I should be able to pretty easily capture this. And of course, my late game Pegasus are amazing. Is this going to be a good Amber Spear? I'm finally using the Amber Spears. After many years. That one, you know what? Not bad damage. The problem is just getting it cast because you have to be in position to do it. But once you can work around that, it's not too bad. At this point, Slaanesh army wiped, by the way. A fun game! I do think he would have won if he just had... what's it? Oh, army ability. Fascination. But yeah, they would have won if they just didn't take skirmishers. That's all you have to do. Just don't run the skirms, the garbage. Slaanesh is a melee faction. You're not here to kite. They got routed off instantly by the Pegasus. In fact, they could have killed Alberic. Could have killed Alberic by just charging his face. Yo, what's the damsel value here? 1,400. Wow. And 1,000. Yeah, the double damsel actually got pretty good value. All things considered. Are we gonna see a mask resummon? Nah. GG, well played. Whoo! 7 wins. That's a redemption for Bretonnia for sure. Oh, Patty, is this how others feel fighting the Braid of Borderlow? Me being like, is this how it feels fighting the mask? It's true though. Yeah, Pope Patty just messaged me. He plays Slaanesh once and makes it to the finals. Mask got hella value. I was able to pull apart the squad, but there's a lot of ways I might not have. You can see how badly the Horseman did. Hellstride start. Get the Hellstriders in, you're set. Look at this death squad. Single entity death squad. Very scary. Trebuchet, good value, along with essentially what is Terror Routes. That punch through ITP, mind you. Trebuchet is insane. Just wait for the blob and then summon it in. Easy value. Crush the Seekers, and the Pegasus Knights cooked. Very, very hard. And we killed the mask with Amber Spear. That was fun. GG, well played. Yo, you almost had me too at the beginning. If you killed Alberic early on, I might have just lost. It's a scary build. It's true, you want to see the Bretonnia W? Yeah, yeah. Of course, of course. Hey. Yeah, it was not bad. I think you just gotta stop running the garbage units on the roster. Get rid of the horsemen and just go pure melee. You gotta have the gutsiness to not take these guys. It is the biggest misplay I see all Slaanesh players go. Mortals can go kick the bucket. We want demons. Demons for days. I will say you also had a pretty rough Slaanesh matchup. It's good though. Very fun game. Very, very fun match. I think we might have some replays too to go over. I'll just let's take a look at this one. We'll take a look at one replay and then I'll call it a day. Tomorrow I am not streaming, by the way, because I'm busy. But we will be back on Monday, and there will be a tournament in the evening for anyone interested in that. What did we learn today? Nerf Pegasus Knights. Forsaken Immortal? Crap. Okay, only heavily mutated men. Heavily mutated men and women, I guess, and demons. If you don't have claws for arms, I don't want you in my army. Okay, so this was against the Dangler. Let's see how this goes. So apparently this one was a loss. I want to see how it ended up going down. So we have the Forsaken, we have the Cav maxing. This is good. He brought Devotees. Oh crap, Devotees have claws for arms. Yeah, crap, they have claws for arms. Regardless, Devotees suck. These guys are garbage. They used to have anti-infantry. They used to cost less. But they got nerfed across the board. You're better off just taking another Forsaken. Obviously, gaze spells are good versus Forsaken. That's going to happen. You got an army build up over here. The thing is, the Marauders just won't win this frontline fight. That's the worst part. You got to stop giving targets for the Great Shaman. I guess the Pit of Shades is nice. Never mind, it was worth. Gets the Furies in. They're kind of waiting for the big fight. But yeah, apparently this was a loss, so I want to see what you did wrong. Okay, first things first. Forsaken are Knights Errant. If you were playing Bretonnia, Pope Patty, you would not charge in with the Knights Errant like this, right? That just makes no sense. I know what you would do with Knights Errant. You would totally park them here. You would flank with your cavalry. And the moment these guys turn around, that's when you charge in with the Knights Errant. Obviously, Slaanesh looks very different from Bretonnia, so the muscle memory isn't there, but this is disastrous. Forsaken straight into the Black Orcs, no flanks, no nothing. Gets the Rampage after the Forsaken charged. So Forsaken have devastating flanker. Do you want your Forsaken to have 80 charge bonus or what? You got to get the Lord parked in here, Rampage the Black Orcs in, and then charge with the Forsaken. Otherwise, you don't get the charge bonus. 80 charge bonus against 18 melee defense Black Orcs, you instantly win. Oh, devastation. You can see how much damage they do even without the devastating flanker. Fury charge is good, but the cavalry's not being aggressive enough. The fun thing about Slaanesh cavalry, everything's like a Pegasus Knight. It can camp the backfield and they don't care. So you kind of engage with the flank first. You have to play a lot more aggressively. The tower, yeah, don't worry about this. Don't worry about it. You also forgot a devotee here. That's going to be rough. Slaanesh is so fast, you're never going to get a point randomly stolen. Solid Pit of Shades, but this is what happens when we just take the full front fight. But yeah, it's pretty rough now. Now the cavalry's coming in very late. Honestly, I think you just you know, if you just get the cavalry in the backfield first and fight with them first, and then you go for the big ol' you know, Rampage into Forsaken charge, you're good. The Forsaken are basically looking for pockets to charge in. They never want to straight up fight, which is why they might usually feel weak. You'll never unsee it now. What do you mean? It's just a tower, guys. It's just a grain silo. That's how they're made. It needs a roof. You wouldn't want snow falling to the side. See, he's gonna kick me out of the partner program if I keep this up. But yeah, very rough engagement. But once you get the Slaanesh essentials, you're good. They never win a straight up fight though. Those strong front lines are brutal. Overall, I think he gets that done. He's good. That's actually really insightful. Yeah, man. Slaanesh is like, you have to kind of get how the units work. They operate a little differently, but the moment you do, it's like, it's golden, man. It's golden. You flank first. Forsaken are the just amazing counterpunch tools. They're just like Knights Errant. And then, yeah, and then you're good. And then you have your heavy hitters, which are your Pegasus Knights. And then you have your discount Alberic. You did some disgusting stuff in the second game. I want to see this. I will say that map's pretty rough. We might as well do a quick replay review. I wish I could do more new player replays to get new players excited to try out multiplayer, but honestly, I'm a little tired. I'm a little tired and I can't do the big push for that. I still have DLC keys, but the push might have to be backburnered for a bit. Ah, so this time you went for the skirmishers.
We have
The skirmishers kind of lightly work against this. I don't like them very much because they still don't win the game on their own. Like, yeah, they can get a little bit of poke damage, but yeah. The map is solid. Oh no. But yeah, skirmishers. The problem with these guys, they're more expensive than your usual skirmishers, and they get pushed back by the archers, so they're not really doing anything. You see this black orc summon? If you had cavalry over here, you could just bully them. Just keep hammering them from every direction. You're picking off reinforcements like you're running the Pegasus Knight build. Look at that distance, right? They wouldn't be able to capture this if they have to keep these guys alive. Big engagement, though. So he has the SE Doom Squad, which is just good versus Greenskins. You can see the 1-2 punch, by the way, right? Gets the big debuffs, draws in the units with his Lord and such, and then goes in for the fight. So these Furies should be charging in. These guys are so close to breaking, you definitely want to get in there. Lord gets routed off. He has the Mask. Mask is using Dance of Dreaming, which is the Mortis Engine dance. Okay, yeah, he's just gonna win off the SE build. You know what? Also fine. Does he just win by just masking it? Okay, all right. Okay. This is more of a like the Dangler decided to blob literally everything on the mask, and then died. Yeah, Slaanesh is also good for the filth. You know, we don't need elegance here, right? Sometimes you can actually just A-move. And if your opponent doesn't have the right stuff, they just die. It's just a massacre. Okay. Also an acceptable victory condition. Not quite as elegant as the last explanation. I guess left click the Dance of Dreaming is a little bit simpler. But, you know, it gets the job done. It gets the job done. Funnily enough, the Forsaken being summoned in actually ended up being a really good timing for them. You can see they did a lot better showing up to the fight later, not starting the fight. And that's because 40 charge bonus times 2 is ludicrous. They're good stuff, though. Yeah, the Mask just hard carried. I guess he was thinking the double Ragnarok Spider would do it, but his Lord got a little out of position. Ragnarok Spiders did not actually perform that well despite being buffed a little while ago. Look at the Horseman value, though, right? The Horseman value, I'm just saying, I guess they helped kill the spiders in this case. But I swear, the moment you stop running Horsemen, life will get better. Even if initially it feels very weird. Oh boy, it will be so much better. See, yeah, you see how like this Hellstrider got 900 gold value? They can get double the value of the Horseman in the right circumstances. Like the Fiend of Slaanesh that just YOLO'd in paid for itself. The Pleasure Guard got 3,000 value somehow. So you see how the cavalry is paying for itself and sometimes more, and these guys are falling behind slightly, even in the best of circumstances. That's a sauce. That's the secret sauce. Anyways, hope you guys enjoy playing Slaanesh. Sorry to all the people on ladder. You guys are screwed. Anyone watching this stream who either is not playing Slaanesh, you know, if people just start copying this playstyle, I think it's over. Copy this build too. It's just good. It's a very strong build. Some people might counter it with Final Transmutation Overcast, but yeah. That's gonna be it for me today. I am still a little tired. Gotta fix that sleep schedule. Again, no stream tomorrow, but tournament in the evening. I'll see you guys on Monday. Bye-bye. Of course, thank you very much to all the supporters today, too. Especially Drama Banana. With the magnificent name. Was fun.